Good afternoon. It's been so long, you guys. It's been so long. Uh, and guess why? Because I'm working and I am preparing to sell my own home, which is a big deal because, there's a lot of things that I'd want to do for others that I don't necessarily have to do for myself. So when you sell a home, it's important to me personally as a real estate agent, as a homeowner, as a realtor that represents others, that we don't pass on something to a buyer that could hurt them or that is less than that should be taken care of is my point. Okay. So anyway, that's what I've been doing. I'm very busy. But this video was inspired by the fact that I had a listing and neat house priced well for the market for the square footage and features. But we knew we were testing the market a little high, had lots of interest online, had quite a few showings. And the feedback wasn't that, some said it was overpriced a little bit because of the condition of the home, like the carpets were old and the paint was kind of uneven and stuff. And but it was mostly like the floor plan, or they just didn't want to deal with it, or they wanted a single level, or they liked the new single level homes that are white and gray and kind of not farmhousey, but now it's not so much farmhouse as it is kind of like simple elegance, right? And so the thing is, here's what I do. I do everything I feasibly can from the beginning. And if the house doesn't sell and I've got the interest, I've got the views, I've got the showings, I've got the feedback, and it's not due to my marketing, then we lower the price and we keep getting to the price that we need to be to sell it. Okay. Once I've done all that, it's just a waiting game. I can't make people buy the house. Right. And unfortunately, in this case, this happened once before and hold on, my dog is scratching on my door. Come on. Come on. I didn't want to start all over. My puppies are like scratching on my door that I just got painted. So I had this happen once before to a really great house, great space. In my opinion, a good floor plan, very functional home, best deal on the market, but yet it was continually rejected because there were new model homes being built that were a new style, new floor plan, and people like the kitchens better and the style and the colors and the just the overall floor plan better, and they were spending 20 grand more for houses that, in my opinion, didn't even were not worth paying that much for. Now, of course, as a real estate agent, I'll let you buy whatever you want. Some people like sports cars, and yes, they're overpriced in a sense that you could get a Honda for 15 grand less than a Lexus or whatever. But I'm not going to say don't do it. It's just, if you don't have to do it and you get a let's say a Lexus that's maybe a few years older, and you can tint the windows and you can add some upgrades to it and save yourself 10 grand. Why not buy the better deal, right? But bottom line is, whether I'm listing a home and selling it for someone, I'm going to give it my all. I went in, I consulted, let's move this around, let's do this, let's do that, kind of organize the house, make sure it looked right for pictures. I spend $700 on pictures and video. Okay. Most agents I know, this one agent sells these homes for like $500,000-$600,000, and she pays a guy $150. But like, we're all different. I want the quality. I want to get what I want to get, and I'm willing to spend the money to market your property. When it comes to buying property, all we can do is all we can do, right? We give it the best shot. We put in the terms that we're comfortable with. I write a nice cover letter. I'm not writing love letters. I'm not getting sappy. I'm not like trying to be emotionally reactive and beg them for it. I'm just going to say, hey, we're strong buyers, and this is why, and this is what we're willing to do. And this is, we're not going to play these games of shooting high and then nickel and diming you after we get the contract accepted. We're expecting certain things, and we're going to be team players, as long as you're team players. And so once we've done that, if our offer gets accepted, then we have to do what we said we're going to do. We have to be team players. In this case, recently, there was one that needed some additional foundation stabilization. Okay. And it needed some plumbing and some minor electrical, stuff. And the seller was very, very understanding and cooperative. Now my buyers, my buyers and I had already talked about these potential issues before we went under contract. So it wasn't like they had inspections. They're like, oh my gosh, Jackie, there's foundation and there's a little bit of electrical and there's the plumber, the water heater needs this and the H. No, we're going to work through it. I already told them that before we went under contract. These are the things to expect on a home inspection. And as long as the seller's willing to work through them, then we work through it, right? Unless it's like a total lemon and we just go, yeah, no, we're not moving ahead on this guy. This is just gonna be a money pit. But then we move forward and we do what we can do, right? We do our part, we do their part, we negotiate and we move forward. So I can assure you, if there's, apart from lowering the price when it comes to a listing, I can't force people in there. And open houses are not, people think, oh, you're not working because you're not having an open house and you're not willing to do the open house and you're having someone else do the open house and you're not really working for me. Well, it's not that. But if you like, it would be like trying to, I don't know, like have a lemonade stand on the side of the street as an adult instead of a business, a restaurant. Like, people that want lemonade are going to go to the grocery store, real lemonade to take home. Okay, now unless there's kids there, they're going to, stop by and people do it because they're kids. But I want people that are really coming to get what I'm trying to sell. I don't want just random people daydreaming coming through your house. At this day and age, when we don't have to just get unqualified people, looky-loos, people in the neighborhood, people driving by, just curious, people daydreaming, to go in your home when they're not approved and they're not actively looking for your home, then I just don't want people walking through the home. If you're serious, you're going to call me or your agent's going to call me and we're going to get you in to see that home, right? So all because, just so you know, home sellers, open houses are for the agents to pick up buyers and pick up listings. We don't really sell your house in open houses anymore. Back in the day when that was like the first opportunity and one of the few opportunities to actually get people in to see houses, yeah, that's when they'd come through the home because they couldn't see it on the super or the combo box maybe. And so their first real opportunity to get in was at an open house. And yes, you could sell it that way because that's the only way they really mainly got in. Okay, but not now. So anyway, trust your agent, trust me. You better have an agent you trust or else it's very miserable. And just keep working with that agent. If it doesn't sell, then just recognize that you either need to wait or drop the price. You don't need to fire your agent, get another agent. These people didn't fire me. I only gave them a short listing anyway, and that listing was expiring. And I told them, I said, look, all we can do is what we can do. I've done everything possible. The feedback and the reason it didn't sell wasn't because of my marketing. And now I have doubt, like, well, what if we listed it lower and we miss buyers? And well, that's a risk we take. And that's a risk we talked about when we listed. So you should really give your agent the opportunity, who had worked hard for you, to drop the price and get that sale, because they're the ones who did all the hard work. And now if you give it to some random person, drop the price, they've done nothing and it sells, it's not really fair to the person who really worked for it. But stick with your piece. If they're not doing a good job, that's one thing. But if they were doing everything they could, and now you just get rid of them and get another guy and drop the price and let them sell it, do nothing, that's just have the right perspective. That's what you're really doing. Okay, so have a great day, and I'm here for you. Bye.